Hello students, this is Mrs. Miller, and the purpose of this video is to help you become familiar with the agenda and to teach you ways to use the agenda to help you stay organized. Now, you're going to be going to different classes, different days of the week, and so it's going to be very, very important that you are able to stay organized. Also for the 6th graders, this is the first time that you're going to be going to so many different classes, so it's going to be very important to keep track of what you have done in each class and what assignments are due and when they're due. This is the student planner. Every student is required to have a student planner. The student planners are $5 each. Students in the Constellation community, you can buy those from Mrs. Osan in between passing periods or before or after school. Now, let's take a look at the planner. One thing that I do to stay organized is I put a post-it where it has the entire month view, because the other pages have a day-by-day view. But I like to be able to see my entire month. So I like to put a post-it right there, and you can feel free to do the same thing. Something else that I do on the entire month view is I put some important information about things that I know are coming up. For example, I know that in reading class on the 28th we're going to have SRI testing. So I would just write that in there. SRI testing. And I just keep that there as a reminder when I look at my entire month view. If I had my agenda before school started on the 22nd, I would have written first day of school. So this is just an easy way to see some important things that you have for the entire month. The next thing I like to do is I like to keep a paper clip so that I could a paper clip right here in the corner holding all the pages together of the days that have already passed. That way I can very easily go to the correct day, and I don't have to spend a lot of time flipping through my agenda. So this is Monday, August 27th, Tuesday, August 28th, Wednesday, August 29th, Thursday, August 30th, and Friday, August 31st. And then here at the end is a column where you can write down things that you need to study. There's also some space up here for Saturday and Sunday. Of course, these 2 days are not as big because you don't have school those days. I'm going to go ahead and fold this over. And I want to show you down here is a place for parent-teacher signature. So perhaps your teachers want to sign your agenda to show that you filled it in, or your parents want to sign it to show that they looked at it. This is a place where they could sign it each day. There's also a place for parents or teachers to write comments. And then this here is for passes, but we don't use that at Gavitt, so you don't have to worry about these bottom 2 rows right here. So a place for parent and teacher signature and a place for comments. Now, let's look at the side of the agenda. You can see that right here is where you would write whatever is on the board for reading class. So there's a block here for Monday for reading class, a block for Tuesday, and a block for Wednesday. And then, of course, Thursday and Friday would be on the other pages. Right here is where you would write your language arts assignments for Monday. This is where you would write your science assignments for Monday. This is where you would write your social studies assignments for Monday. And this is where you would write your math assignments for Monday. Now, since we are on block scheduling, you don't have every class every single day. So we're going to pretend that when you went to your teacher's classes, this is what was written for Tuesday, August 28th. Let's say that I, Mrs. Miller, had SRI written on the board for agenda, and then I had a homework assignment. So what you would do is you would find Tuesday, August 28th in your agenda, go to the part that says reading, and you would write down SRI, and then homework, schedule quiz on Edmodo, due 8/29/12. So let's go ahead and jot that down together. We're going to write it right here. We'll put SRI, and then we'll put homework, and I'm going to abbreviate homework. Schedule quiz, and then I'm going to put Edmodo, and then I'm running out of room, so I'm just going to put the date that it's due in parentheses, just like that. Okay, there you go. Now let's pretend that in language arts Mrs. Stanley had written paragraph practice modeling. Homework was to finish paragraph practice, and that's due 8/29/12. So let's jot that down. This is where we would write language arts. And this is Tuesday, August 28th. So we would put paragraph practice. And then we would put homework. Finish. We can abbreviate. Finish PP, and in parentheses we could put 8/29/12 because that's when it would be due. Okay? Next is science. Let's pretend that in science we had a planets lab and there wasn't any homework. It's important to record if you have homework or not so that you don't get confused and have to try to guess. So don't just write what was done in class. Make sure you're also writing what the homework assignment was. So here's science. We could write planets lab. And then homework, we'll write none. Again, if you have homework, make sure you put that down. If you don't have homework, make sure you write none. Let's say for social studies, we were studying the Mayas and the Aztecs, and homework would be to study for tests, and the test will be on 8/29/12. So let's write that down for social studies. This is social studies here, and we could write Mayas / Aztecs, and then homework would be to study for quiz. And then the quiz would be on 8/29, so let's put that on in parentheses. Now, since we're on block scheduling, if you had reading, language, science, and social studies on the 28th, you wouldn't have math. So what you could do is you could simply write no math class today. And that's it. That's how you fill in the agenda, and this is how you can use your agenda to stay organized. Just to review, you can put a post-it or something in the entire month view, and then you can jot down some important things that are coming up. Then, if you want to, you could keep a paper clip or something holding the pages of the dates that have already passed, and then you use the agenda to fill in what the teacher has written on the board each day, as well as what the homework assignment is. If you have any questions about this, please talk to your teachers.